Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be looking at how we can do output redirection. We can redirect both standard output and the standard error, and there's different ways we can do this. I'm going to be demonstrating this on a Kali Linux machine, but the command should work on any other Debian-based distro. The first example we'll look at is how to do a redirection of standard output. This normally I'm going to run echo here, and let's say fast text. I'm gonna redirect. Normally this will go to the terminal, but I'm gonna redirect it. As you can see, this was displayed on the terminal. But let's say I wanted to redirect this maybe to a file. You could do that using this symbol, the greater than symbol, and then you put the file name where you wanna. Let's call it my file. And now if I do cut my file, that text was so that text is showing inside that file. Now let's say you wanted to add more text to that file. Let's repeat the command and say second text. And if you just use one symbol and put the file, my file, and let's do cut my file, you see that it overwrote what you had there initially, which was my first text. Now you have this. If your intention is to append the text, you have to use two of these symbols. So it's going to be echo let's say add text. And now we'll do two of those and then the name of the file. Now if you cut my file, you can see that that text was appended. Let's also look at how we can redirect standard error. Now let's say you wanted to redirect error messages that you're getting when you run a particular command. Now, for instance, I don't have a file named fake file. So if I do this, I don't have a file named fake file. If I try to view the contents of a file that doesn't exist, I should get this error message here. And if I don't want to see the message, I can redirect that to like a file, and I can do that using, let's say, fake file. I'll have to use two and then this symbol, and then the name of the file where I want the message to be sent to. Now if I do cut, the message wasn't displayed this time on the terminal, but it's inside that error log file. Another way we can redirect this kind of messages is to send them to the null device, which kind of ignores or discards the error altogether. And to do that, you just repeat the same command, and instead of specifying a file, you can just specify the device, dev/null. And this time the message is not going to be written to anything, it's just going to be discarded. We'll look at another example here, what you might likely encounter when running some commands. So let's say you're doing find, and then maybe you're trying to find SSH service. You see that there's a lot of permission denied error messages here. It's quite a few of them. And let's say this is annoying to you and you don't want to look at all that. You can use the same example we just did. So you repeat the same command, and this time 2 greater than, and then you just send this to dev now. And this time you can see that those permission error messages are no longer showing. So that's one way you can use the redirection of error messages. And you can also send this to a file. Lastly, let's look at how we can use the pipe symbol to redirect output. Now with the pipes, we can redirect standard output coming from one command and then use that as standard input for another command. Let's look at an example here. Let's say cut and then etc plus wd. So normally this is the output we'll get. So let's say I want to sort this output. What would I do? What I can do is I can take this output and send this as a input to the sort command, and then press enter. And as you can see here, everything has been sorted out, starting from ABC and then going all the way to W. With this pipe symbol, we can pipe as many times as you want. We can repeat this same command that we did earlier, where we have this output going in to sort as the input for sort. Then we can also take that and put it as input for less. As you can see now, we have we have two pipes. And now instead of everything showing all at once, we can have information one page at a time. There's another aspect of redirection I wanted to show, which is not very common. It's not commonly used, which involves redirecting input. So for instance, let's say head, then less than sign, and then etc plus wd. So here what we are doing is we are redirecting the input, which would normally be this. Then we're redirecting it to the head command. And that's what we'll get. But this is not common because usually what you'll see is you can just do head and then etc plus wd, which should produce the same result. Normally this is what you're likely to see, and rarely would you see this input being redirected like that. So that's all for this video. I hope this has been useful. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.